Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Monday. Another week, another shenanigans. Yesterday we had March of Millions of Hearts in Warsaw. And some of you have been asking me what this was about and to give you my opinion, some commentary. So I will do that. This is just my personal take on what took place yesterday in Warsaw. Take what resonates, leave out the rest. If you don't agree, no problem with that. Warsaw, the capital of Poland, is the place that, in my opinion, is mainly on the side of the second largest party in Poland, which is Platforma Obywatelska. Civic platform, I think that's how you can translate it. The main ruling party in Poland is Law and Justice, that we called PiS, P-I-S, and it stands for Prawo i Sprawiedliwość, so law and justice, which it's kind of humorous take on what they really stand for. Anyway, Warsaw is much more for Platforma Obywatelska, generalizing, whose leader is Donald Tusk. I want to remind some of you, actually I've written this down, how many years exactly Platforma Obywatelska was in charge of Poland. From 2007 to 2015, that is 8 years to be exact, Platforma Obywatelska was in charge of Poland. Yes, it was. And what does it mean? It means that they had already 8 years of running this country. And now, for the last 9 or 10 years, I don't remember exactly, we had Law and Justice. I have to change direction loud here. We had Law and Justice. Yesterday in Warsaw, you saw a march of a lot of people. Again, I don't know exactly the number. However, what I know, the numbers they give you are usually over-exaggerated. So you have to keep this in mind, depending who is reporting on the story. What I'm trying to say here is this. My first thoughts when I saw that was, this is campaigning, okay, we know this, right? But my first thought was, whose money went for it? Who paid for it? Who paid for it? Who paid for the gathering, the flags, the posters, the stage, the celebrities who were involved in this? Because you have to bring some famous faces that people already have feelings for. They love certain actors, they love certain entertainers, and you have to create the emotional bond. Even, this is my second thought here, even the name of this march, Millions of Hearts or Millions Hearts, using heart as a symbol, that it comes from the heart, that it represents loving energy. Again, if people still don't realize how they are being manipulated emotionally, there you have it. Love, the strongest force in this universe, the most powerful energy. How you're gonna use it to have more people voting for you? In my personal opinion, it's all twisted, okay? And why I'm saying this to you, because it's another thing. If we keep on repeating the same story, we have those parties that have been running this country for so many years. They switch. You have this one, it's out. Then the next one comes in. Those are parties that seem to be opposing one another. And to some extent, they might be opposing. However, there is one main goal, okay? And that is not what people think. Again, this is my personal opinion. If you ask any one of those people who represent those tele-live vision parties, just ask them one question. What, in your opinion, should be our, read Poland, relationship with Russia? And getting the answer from them will tell you what kind of reality they want to create in the future. This is it. This is the test. It's like a lying detector. Ask them, what do you think should be between Poland and Russia? What kind of relationship? What Poland should do with the military equipment? Why they are buying so much? Who is the real threat? Just ask them this. Who is the real threat? Getting the answer, you will already know. Because the answer, regardless of what is the name of that party, I can promise you, will be the same. So this is my take on what took place yesterday in Warsaw. Many people participated, including Sikorski, who gave a little bit interview. You can actually see it. I will attach the link in the description box, but it's in Polish. I'm not sure if you can find the translation. Maybe you can figure out. At the end of the day, people are still either hypnotized, either brainwashed, or I think it's hypnotic, in a state of hypnosis, that they don't see how they are being emotionally manipulated. This is my take on. Some of you probably disagree, and that's absolutely okay. All of them are playing the same field and kicking the ball, even though it looks like it's they are different teams. They are actually doing exactly the same thing. No one is talking about peace, and I mean real peace. All they focus on is on spending money on the militarization of Poland. This is their priority, not the elder generation who is suffering, not the people who are suffering financially, the small business owners who are losing their businesses daily. That means unemployment for people. That means struggle. No, army is the most important thing, and Russia is the worst country in their opinion. Talking about Russia, I came across an article. Actually, this way? Yeah, let's go this way. There are cars, so I have to be careful. Okay, let's talk about Moscow. Some of you have been with me, following me when I was in Moscow many times lately. And with that, there has been a ranking about the best cities in the world. This comes from TASS from the 28th of September. September. Yeah, today we have October 2nd. So a few days ago. And it says that Moscow ranks 4th in world's 100 best cities. Number 4. I will tell you in a second what cities are number 1, 2, 3, and actually 5 as well, which took me by surprise, to be honest. But coming from someone who have been to Moscow a few times, and of course I don't have a full perspective, I have my own narrow perspective from my own experience, but a lot of things I've experienced there were absolutely great. So, international experts evaluate not only economic opportunities or cultural aspects, but they also analyze how well the city is developing, said the deputy mayor Natalia Syryugunina. Apologies to all the Russian viewers if I mispronounced again. The ranking is based on tourist attractiveness, good living, working and business conditions. London is on the top of the list. To all my UK viewers, and not just UK, but especially those who are in London, put in the comments down below the video if you agree with this. London is on the top of the list, Paris is second, and New York City is third. On this list, Dubai is right behind Moscow and it takes the 5th place. Before I continue with this article, can I just say I was very blessed in my life to visit all of those mentioned cities. Recently Dubai, and not that long time ago, actually was it March? Yeah, I think March. I was in, or last year I was in London. Paris a few years ago. But as I've heard, Paris is not the same nowadays as it used to be. And so, my opinion about Moscow at this point, I would put Moscow as number one. This is my opinion because of many factors for me. That is of how safe I felt there, how organized the city was, how clean it was, and how many interesting things and absolutely diverse places to see you were able to discover there. So to me, Moscow is number one at this point in my life. Haven't been to China yet, so we see. So I told you there are 24 areas that experts look into, separated into 6 main categories: place, people, economic prosperity, leisure, upward mobility. Moscow was recognized as a leader in the product category due to its well-developed infrastructure, air traffic, and the number of attractions. The capital secured the 2nd spot in the place category for safety. Second, so I wonder who is first. Not who, what is first? New York? Questionable, huh? Paris? Questionable. London? Questionable. Actually, Dubai is pretty safe. If you ask me, Dubai felt very safe. Again, there are some areas, I'm sure, but overall, where I was, the 2nd spot in the place category for safety and the availability for good quality parks. Yes, definitely great parks. This year, Moscow has significantly strengthened its position in the economic prosperity category. Rising from 64th to 25th place. Oh, and I have one more thing for you. Let me just cross the street here, because this tells you what is the unemployment rate in Moscow. I just have to flip the page. Maybe I can do it here. Thank you guys for your patience. I have the best audience in the world. Okay. The assessment was made based on a number of economic indicators, including the unemployment rate and GDP per capita. Let me remind you that the registered unemployment rate in Moscow is now 0.51%, not even 1%, which is the lowest since April 2020, said Deputy Mayor for Economic Policy and Property and Land Relations Vladimir Yefimov. Deputy Mayor for Economic Policy and Property and Land Relations Vladimir Yefimov. Okay, the unemployment in Moscow 0.51%. Impressive, huh? Okay, Duda. Last topic today is about Duda, or as Alexander Lukashenko, the president of Belarus, calls him Dudu. Dudu? I think he calls him Dudu. Dugopis, okay? Dugopis in New York. He went to New York City And what happened there? Well, there was a parade that he gave a speech at, and there was not quite nice welcome to his presence there. Disrupted speech by the president of Poland in New York. There were whistles, there were slogans, it says. So one second, let me just flip the page here. Duda's speech during 86th Pulaski parade in New York City was disrupted by whistles. And some members of the Polish American community brought banners with anti-government slogans to the parade. According to the reports online, there were whistles, slogans, and you could hear them as well. Actually, there is a video that shows when Duda is trying to speak, and it's quite challenging for him. So Polish Polonia showed up. Let me tell you what they were shouting, just one second. They showed up at the parade and they were saying, one second, what they were saying on the slogans. They were shouting democracy and constitution. They want to return to a free Poland, and they said Poland peace and not peace, because as I said, peace, law and justice sounds like peace, like, you know, peace, like no war, peace, but it stands for prawo i sprawiedliwość. So there is a video, I'm going to attach this video. It was quite disturbing actually, because he was trying to speak and you could hear in the background actually very loud shouting from Polish Polonia. So Polish Polonia, the Polish society that lives in United States, knows what's going on, is aware of the shenanigans. Looks like. So to everyone who is watching from there, when you will be voting during this election to the Polish Parliament, you can actually vote, and your vote will be counted in Warsaw. That's how it goes. Those of you who live outside Poland, your vote will be counted in Warsaw. That's the region. But Długopis had some challenge. With speaking to the crowd. This is definitely part of campaigning as well, because as he traveled to the United States, especially New York, Chicago has the largest Polish population, I believe still. Chicago used to have more Polish people than capital of Poland, Warsaw, living there. New York definitely has a very large population of Polish people as well, not just Greenpoint, but as a state of New York. And United States, there is a very, very big Polish population. So he was campaigning, this is part of campaign. And it looks like the people who have Polish roots, maybe still Polish passport probably, they have dual citizenship, I believe, and who can vote, whose vote count, they are not buying it. C'est la vie, you know? So this is what I have for you today, everyone. I hope we all have a wonderful week. It's amazing how a week ago, I was just saying this on Monday, I was in Larnaca, I remember, I was saying let's have a great week. Now we have another week. Lots of love to all of you. All the links to find me, you find right in the description box. Can I just say here before I end this video, I want to tell you how YouTube is playing shenanigans. Every time I post a video, I attach the same links. The locals, Instagram, buy me a coffee, Rumble, and join my mailing list, those links. And then I put the articles that I'm mentioning right down below that. Yesterday I had to repeat that process 3 or 4 times. And each time I was saving it, when the video was ready and post, it looked like YouTube was removing it. So I don't know what's going on, but I have to keep on posting the same stuff over and over, you know? Interesting, huh? I just discovered it yesterday. So if you see the video and there is nothing down below, don't worry, I will be on the top of it and I will save it again and again and again. That's all I have for you guys. Lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge. and we are saving humanity. See you tomorrow. Have a great week.